All right, good afternoon, guys. Kind of just feeling a bit off today, so took some time off to just stay from work. I'll be back tomorrow, and then the weekend. All right, so I'm going to be explaining what I'm showing you here on the screen in a minute, but just a couple things to catch up on. So last night I had tried to put in a new quick start into Ala Park Baseball, and Ala Park Baseball is a really, really weird thing where if the world.dat file is not missing, it can screw everything up. So all the hard work on this CML and the Bats League, all gone, even though they were backed up because I tried uninstalling and reinstalling the game. I'd end up changing a thing called the paths.cfg config file. So, in a way, that's kind of cool because it gives me kind of a clean slate. So, I've already set up 1967 for the project that I wanted to do to compare just one season over a number of digital baseball sims. So, did that, reinstalled that really cool all-time league, and I'm gonna redo bats. Actually, this really works because by the time I get it done, hopefully cousin Ken will have out of the park 24. Sukuni, I'll let you know here what's going on. Sukuni first here. There's not going to be I'm not doing this as a baseball game necessarily. But just a little thing where you can play any cards and dice game with this. So here's my situation. I'm always going to be a digital baseball guy, mainly because of the projects I like to do, right? So season replays. Yeah, you know what? You go out, you buy a season, you buy a couple seasons or whatever, and you got the cards and you're ready to rock. But you guys know I like to mix things up, players, teams, whatever, do draft leagues, things like that. So digital baseball affords me the ability to do that for obvious reasons. However, I've been getting the bug to want to play some cards and dice, and while Dwayne Marks has been doing a fantastic job with Digital Diamond Baseball, and I have Digital Diamond, I love it. I hope to start doing some stuff with it, along with Pocket Pennant Run and maybe some other things, and just on its own. And there's Bernie. All right. So some people, though, Sakuni 007, saying that it's just easy to record on the PC. While it is, some people don't want to play digital games. I mean, our own Ken Castro kind of tolerates Diamond Mind and Out of the Park Baseball, but that's it. He's not an action PC fan, any of that stuff, right? But here's the other thing too, and let's be honest. Yeah, games like Pocket Pennant Run, which by the way, don't forget, order it tomorrow. I know I'll be up early and ordering it. And actually, I'm glad I found this today because as I'll be explaining how this works, Pocket Pennant Run will allow you to play the game from right from the player's cards, right from the player's cards, and with the software you can generate cards for any season, any player, whatever. And I'm going to be buying a mat that has all the charts on it. So I have two cats, and right now staying in a kind of a small place, kind of crowded with books, musical instruments, what have you, and two cats. So rolling dice, not always, not always an option for me. And so I thought this was really, really cool, and I want to show this to you guys. Yes, indeed it is. And this is from Curtis Roberts. He has a ton of these, but I really like this one, and I donated $10, guys. If we'd ever use this thing, you really should. So what this is it called an electronic scoreboard, but it does so much more. And here's one little touch I like. A lot of the old ballparks had the Longines ball clocks. If you look at old pictures of Forbes and other, and it just keeps right in time with your system, but there it is. So it doesn't look like much yet, right? But let's get started. So, quick tip: if you want to use this thing, I'm going to hit F11 here so you guys can see something. If you hit F11 and you're just on a regular, right, because it's just a web page, and I'll be putting the link in here for you guys in the chat and in the Discord. You're not going to be able to see a lot of things here. So when you're on your window, and Dwayne, right now I'm using two monitors. I'm using YouTube Studio, and OBS is on my second monitor, so I'm monitoring chat and everything. So when Dwayne comes in here, I'll have to remind him. And then this is on another screen. So when you're in any browser, and this works with anything, just hit F11, and there you go. Your taskbar is gone and everything. All right. So again, this is from Curtis Roberts. He's got a good channel. I'm going to try to reach out to him and see if we can interview him about these. He has all kinds of different electronic scoreboards. This one I like because it's pretty generic in the sense that you can pretty much play any game on this. So let me show you. All right, so right now, let's just go. All right, you can set up to look like a Stratomatic field, or, and I tend to like the old-timey look. So there's the APA field, and you know this is probably digitized or something from an old one, because this is when they were still in Lancaster, not far from me, okay? And then, of course, you can change from if you're playing Strat, or you can play APA, and there are your two APA dice, okay? You can also do things like high dice and something like that there. So now, if you're playing a game like Pocket Pennant Run, yeah, you can roll your own dice. You have a little dice tower. You're ready to go. So that's why I'm saying, or if you wanted to play Sports Illustrated Baseball, you could do it. This particular one doesn't work with fast action card games, but I'm sure he probably has them. But this is for Chuck and Dice, so I'm going to leave this on the APA dice because, by happy coincidence, Time Travel Baseball uses the same thing. And so we're going to just load up a couple lineups here and just show you around here. So this is really, 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 really cool. So we're going to be playing the Braves and the Cubs. So here's a nice touch here. So I'm just going to type up here, Braves. And then down here, I'm going to put in Cubs, right? And if you watch over here, it's going to take it a second. Maybe I have to hit enter. There we go. Look at that. Automatically puts in the logos for you. I think that's a nice little touch. All right. Now, if you're going to do this, I would suggest that, like, let's say you have your cards in PDF form or you scan them as PDFs. You probably want to well, PDFs should be a good size, but if you already have them electronically, you could always save them again as GIF files, GIF files, as they take up a lot less room in your hard drive. But that's up to you guys. All right. So this thing works really, 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 really well. Hey, there's Bernie. So yeah, but the thing is with iPads and stuff like that, though, Bernie, I mean, because I have like iScore and stuff like that. The screens are too small. You know, I basically have mine for playing like Out of the Park Go and a couple other things and some dice rollers and stuff. But yes, there are some. But this one I just wanted to show particularly. But we do thank Bernie for that. It's absolutely a good idea. So this one again is agnostic. It doesn't care what you're playing. Again, just by turning off the dice, now you're ready to go. And it doesn't matter which field you use. I just like the look of the APA field a little better than the Strat field, just because of that Lancaster, PA, and they haven't been there in a long time. Okay, so now we've set up our teams, Braves and Cubs, and it will just automatically put in those logos. I haven't tried with old defunct teams or not, but it doesn't really matter. All right, now we want to set a lineup. Again, I'm not going to actually play a game. I just want to show you. So when I go to visitor batter, I just click 1. What that's going to do, and that's going to, for now, it's going to bring back, right, because of priority, it's going to bring back your bottom taskbar. That's fine. Okay, so I'm doing the Braves, and again, this isn't going to really be a game, so I'm just going to pick a bunch of people here. So we'll have Daryl Cheney, so we're going to select him, click open, and then we just want to do whatever, shortstop, boom, there he is. And there's his card. There it is, and you can move it all over the place. And wherever you move it, all I have to do is click this right arrow, boom, and it's back there. Okay? So this is his card in Time Travel Baseball. All right, let's pick somebody else, and this is going right to the Braves. So I don't know. We'll put in, what, Hubbard at second. Again, none of this really matters. So then just type in 2B, or if you want to type in 4, whatever you want. So now Hubbard's there too. I can click on his card. Oops, I can click, or let's say I need to look at, there it is. And I can just put it right back. Boop, real nice. Okay, let's get a number 3 hitter up here. I don't know, put Bob Horner in there. Okay, and once again, third base. Okay, boop, and all the way down, all the way down. I don't know who batted cleanup then for these guys. I have no idea. I just picked the 79 Braves and Cubs and just did these. I just did these today, um, actually. So I don't know. Let's put in Jeff Burrows there in left field. And you know, you don't have to put that in if you don't want to, but I think it's a good idea. And you can see here it already does. It's already kind of picking things up, so it's really really cool. Um, and I'm not going to do even a full lineup. All right, I'm just going to do. I'm going to put in Bruce Benedict here to catch, and then we'll put a couple Cubs in there. We don't need a full lineup for what I want to show you. Okay, so now we're going to go to home batter, and again, here's the really cool thing. You can put any image you want to in here. It doesn't matter. If you want to have player pictures, you could do that and then work off your cards. Let's go to the Cubbies. I forgot to put in a picture for the, but I'll do those last. All right. So anyhow, you know, again, doesn't matter to me. I mean, if you're playing with lineups, of course it matters, right? But I don't know. We'll start with Mejias, I guess. Whatever. You guys are getting the idea here. And I just notated for myself the positions they play because, geez, I don't know everybody. And so there's Sam Mejias' card. Okay. And all I did was used a program called Green Shot to just, so let's say you buy a bunch of PDFs for the companies that still have them. Unless you go with APA, then of course you have to do scans. You have them on a sheet. All you have to do is a really easy program called Screenshot, which is much better than the Windows snipping tool. And then, right, just capture these and save them as GIF files because that's the smallest file format. So two teams only taking up about 425 bytes. That's it. I mean, just less than a megabyte. All right. So let's go to the second batter. And I don't know. I guess we'll do, I don't know, Bittner at first. Okay. And just type in first. Boom. There he is. Boom. There he is. All right. Do we have a second baseman yet? Nah. We'll put in Davis here at second. And Dwayne, as I said before you joined in the chat, I'm doing this on two monitors. Two monitors. So, and what's nice is after you put the player in, you don't have to hit F11 again. So you have all of this, but you have to hit F11 to use this thing, or else your taskbar will hide your choices. Okay. All right. Let's get, what do we have here? We have five batters, whatever. All right. Let's put Kelleher. We'll put in Kelleher for whatever at third base. And third base, or again, you know, use wherever you want. You want to type the word third base. You want to put 5. Doesn't matter. And all right, and then finally, I don't know here. Let's find somebody. Where do we have a third baseman? What, first, second, third? I guess we need a shortstop. All right, so we'll put DeJesus in. Again, not going to do a full game, or even a game at all, really. All right, then I need to pick my visitor pitcher for the Braves. All right, so I'm going to go up. It's really weird, Dwayne. It's just you just did a Braves Cubs game. This was totally by accident that I just happened to have these two teams ready to go for this. So there's Phil Negro, and there's his card, and then for the Cubbies. And I realize it seems like a lot of work, but it really isn't. It's really not bad at all. I like it. I like it. So let's do Mike Krukow, I guess. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So you're actually ready to play baseball now, which is really nice. So you can move the dice anywhere you want. I like the little baseball pitcher there. He's pretty cool. So you move them anywhere you want. You want them off to the side of your board. That's fine. Clicking in here is where you can record your runs, or like, you know, per inning, and then runs hits errors, and this records outs. And I'll show you. Okay. So one of the nice things when you talk about footprints is again now, as Bernie said, and he's absolutely right. There's some great apps that do this, and of course, Yeah, we have Digital Diamond Baseball. Um, but this is still a nice little option if you're just hanging out, and I don't know, maybe you're at work and they don't mind you, like, you know, kind of hanging out using their systems to do whatever. Um, then you've got a way to maybe get in a little game of baseball at the end. Just have these ready to go and boom. All right. So let me see. What do we got here? We got Daryl Cheney leading off. So we're going to grab him over here. And if you've played time travel baseball, you know that the red comes off. If the roll is higher, it comes from red. It comes off the batter's card. If it's white, it's the pitcher's card. We'll go ahead and roll the dice. All right. So we see it's a 5-3. So this comes off of Mike Kruko's card, right? So he walks Cheney. So Cheney goes to first. Okay. Cool. And then you can see now we already have our next batter. So it's Glenn Hubbard, and we're just going to roll the dice again. All right. Ooh, and this one also off of Cheney's card. So this is 6. It's a sharp ground out. Okay. So we're just going to say that he moved to second. Hubbard's out. So what I've got to do first here is I can record an out. However you want to do it. There's one out. And then I just want to put Hubbard back. Right? Boop. There you go. So he's back. And then I'm going to bring up. See, and that shows whoever batted last. All right. So now I know that Bob Horner is next. Again, roll him up. Wow, everything coming off the pitcher's card. Everything coming off the pitcher's card. Okay, and I forget what happens when you roll a. Oh yeah, there you go. So 3. However, I mean it's a deep fly out, so that's 2 down, and I'm not worrying about playing any sort of advanced rules or whatever, just whatever. And then I've got Burrows up next, 2 down. Roll them up. And this time it's going to be off the hitter's card, so it's a 5. And he strikes him out, so that's the end of the inning. Then what I do is I return visitor players, okay? And then they're back, and I just click there, and then I would just go to the Cubs. So it's really, really nice the way it works, and as you play through, it will actually remember who batted last and things like that. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and show this off, and you can see how it would actually work with a what is this crazy Tom Cruise magic that Jamie is seeing. So this is from a guy named Curtis Roberts. He does have a channel on here on YouTube, and he creates these electronic scoreboards. And I found this one really, really cool because it's a great way to have card images. And again, you can just kind of move them anywhere you want. You know, Oop, there we go. So, and then the same thing would be, you know, for the Cubbies, I could bring up Sam Mejias, and look, there's Bittner. And so let's say you're at a point where in the game where you might have, you could have bases loaded, right? And here's Mick Kelleher. I mean, so you've got these cards, and if you don't have a lot of room to play, it starts to get a little crazy, or you've got to remember where things are, or what have you, right? But, and nobody's batted yet, but if I just want to do this, boop, they're gone. They're back there. So we'll just say that the Cubbies left them loaded, but they did get 2 hits. That's how simple this is. And then just click there again, and we're ready to go to the top of the second. And if you want to just remind yourself where you are, click there just so you know where you are. Pretty simple. I'm going to put the link. In fact, I'll put the link here right now and in Discord later. Okay. But this is really, really simple to use. And again, I don't have any pocket pennant runs to show you. I mean, I do, but I didn't capture any. But any game you have that uses cards and rolls dice, you can use this. It doesn't have to be APA or Strat. So again, just by doing this, now I can play Sports Illustrated baseball with it. If I was using the cards or whatever, or a pocket pennant run, dead ball baseball, anything that wouldn't use these two. Okay, and again, so you have your choice of Stratomatic dice. You can also have a Strat field if you're so inclined. Just roll them up there, and it gives you the little Strat roll and all that kind of stuff. But again, I'm using APA because that's what time travel baseball uses are just these 2 dice. Okay. Yeah. Now, and Dwayne does make a good point. This does not keep stats, but a lot of guys like Bernie has said that he plays digital diamond, or like he plays digital baseball for serious replays. He chucks dice for relaxation. But you get guys like Ken Castro who roll up all their games by hand and keep their stats by hand. For somebody like me, it's more like it's going to be just I feel like just playing some cards and dice baseball and kind of getting involved. Yeah, it's not tactile, but you know what? If you want to play with the cards, if you want to do that, all right, look at this. You don't even there. Now you can just play. Now you can in here. Look at this. There you go. Now you just have something to just keep track of everybody. So you can make this as bare bones or as robust as you want. And I like that. Because maybe you don't want to, for some reason, maybe you just want to have this. And you can put your whatever. I think certainly it's probably good to have, at least these, right? So if I pull Glenn Hubbard over here, and again, I can. If you want to bring in, that's another thing too. Let's say that, let's say Mike Krukow, right? We're boom, 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 and you just click, boom, boom, boom. All right. Oops. Yeah. All right. So, right. But we don't want Krukow. We don't want Krukow. We don't want no Krukow. We got Phil Necro on here. Let's put Hubbard back in the lineup, and let's bring DeJesus over here to third. All right. And it's right 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and Necro he's just getting tired, even though he's a knuckleballer. And let's just for giggles, shits and giggles, we've gone around and we've got Bittner at the plate. But you want to pinch hit for Bittner. You're thinking, geez, how am I going to do that? Because I only have these cards here, and I don't have this little pool of cards down here. What am I going to do? Let's turn on these dice again. There we go. All right. All you do is it's just this. You just click, and now, right, I'm in here with the Cubbies, and I'm going to bring in Kong Kingman, and I can just put pinch hit, left field, whatever, and there he is. Kingman is ready to pinch hit, and this will also remind me. Down here, it's picked up that he's a left fielder, which is really, really cool. If you think about it, this is some really, really smart software. Okay, I didn't type in, right? It knows it knows from before that even though I've made Dave Kingman as a left fielder, I'm bringing him as a pinch hitter, so I can make that little notation. But if I want to keep him in the game, let's say this would go into extras, then I can put Kong in left field. And I really, really like that. So that's how you do it. The same works with the relief pitchers. If I click on Necro here, all right, and then you just go to your whatever, and then you just bring in, your relief pitcher, whoever that might be. I don't know, just bring in McMahler, and there we go. And I can move this card around, and there you are. It's pretty nice. I like it. I like it. Hey, Sportsman Z. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good to see you. Really, really enjoy your stuff when I can catch it. So these guys here know I'm a digital baseball guy, but getting the bug to start playing cards and dice again. And always on the search for just neat little apps out there. So again, guys, this is from Curtis Roberts. I'm going to go ahead and hit the F11 key so that I can give you... the link to just this one. There are others, and I do believe for other sports as well. All right. Boom. There it is. And later on, I'll put it in our Discord as well, guys. But that's pretty much it. The big thing is just don't forget to hit the F11 key. All right. So anyhow, and then when this is all done, return, right? Just return visitor, right? That's it. Everybody's back. And we're ready to go. You can move, these don't. You can move these anywhere. You can, for these, I really like the fact again that it's going to remember who was batting. That's it. That big clue says, now this place is getting some class. Well, it's good to see Sportsman Z in here. So, guys, that's it. This was something really, really short, but something that maybe some of you will find you know, find some worth. I know I'm gonna, with Pocket Pennant Run, once I get version 3, and of course Game Crafter's pretty slow, I might order both the ready to go PDF print and play and wait for the physical game. But I do want the mat. But again, for players like Bernie and me who maybe just like want to play some cards and dice just as a one-off, I think this is nice. If you're more hardcore, you don't have a lot of table space, this is a nice app. I have cats, so if you have cats, this is especially good because cats can even get into a dice tower. Um, so I mean, this guy's asking for donations. I thought it was worth, I gave it, shot him a $10 donation. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. So hey, there's our Red Sox fan. Al's probably saying, "What? Beatles is doing cards and dice?" Well, almost, almost. So again, what do I love about this thing? Well, let's talk about the one thing I don't like about it. And it's just because of HTML coding. You can't, if you make a mistake, right? So you do kind of have to. You can't just erase. So if I'm like, oh wait a minute, they had 3 runs, right? Well, I can't do anything. If I right click, it's going to just bring up the usual web page code or whatever there is, that you do that, the HTML and the CSS that's behind this. So you can't undo. The only way to undo is reload, and you really wouldn't want to do that. It's a bit of work. Again, bringing out, setting up your lineups. But, a lot of times, think about it. You're shuffling through your cards and you're creating lineups or whatever. So that's pretty much it. As far as everything else, again, I love the little Longines clock, keeps system time. The fact that when you put in club names, you get their logos automatically. I think that's super cool. Um, the fact that, again, we have no dice on here. So if you wanted to play PC Replay with this and you have some PDFs, there you go. You can play You can play PC Replay with this, like the dice version. I mean, obviously there's the PC version. You can play sort of any. Now, again, he might have one for fast action cards. I don't know. I don't worry about that because built into Digital Diamond is Status Pro Baseball. But so it's agnostic, or if you're playing Strat, there you go. You got the Strat dice, or you can play APA. You can switch your field. I think the APA one is cooler, but there you are. So Curtis Roberts, the link is in the chat. If this is something you think you might like, shoot him a 5 or 10. I mean, he's got a ton of these. I think I saw some for the other sports as well. Do remember to maximize your browser by hitting the F11 key, because if you don't, you can't do anything. You can't really change anything down here. So it's an easy matter to just do that, and you're ready to rock. Streams pretty well, Dwayne. Again, how many people just play one-offs? I don't know. But you know what? Nice little work tool. You got an hour for lunch or whatever. You're sitting around and you can't chuck the dice because your colleagues don't want to hear you at your desk going like Dwayne does. Nice and quiet. Boop. And there you go. So, and again, this was using, I was using Time Travel Baseball, but it could be anything. Dead Ball, APA, Strat. Yes, you can even put Strat cards in there. So for you guys that have the app, or you want to digitize your Strat cards or whatever, you can play them all here. So Al's driving home. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Hey, MV, how you doing? That is pretty much all I wanted to say. So again, I think it's just super cool that you can bring these out. And again, we can show everything. Okay, and then we want to. Oops, I keep hitting that, which is really stupid. There we go. All right, and show everything. Then we can just, let's say we wanted to check Jeff Burrows. Let's say you're playing a game where you needed to check some sort of defense, whatever. Bring it out here and say, oh, okay. And then, boop, he goes right back in there. No matter where I put it. Let's have Hubbard over here, and I need to compare Hubbard with somebody I'm what have you. Instead of like, you have to put your cards back in, boom, he's right back in the batting order where he belongs. Real nice. Real nice. So just around the channel really quickly, I know Al did PC Replay Baseball last night. I wasn't feeling well. I wanted to go in and catch that game. That's why I'm home today. Not because Al did PC Replay Baseball. Legends had a great game today. Game 5 of his NLDS on right his Franchise Stars Baseball League. Cardinals and Mets, no spoilers, but a hell of a game, a heart stopper even. So check that out on the flip side. Sakuni 007 is saying on Sunday he may be live streaming 2008 Phillies. He's doing his 2008 season replay, and he's talking about possibly Sunday doing that. Dwayne Martz, our streaming demon, he just keeps on going. MV, with all his innovations, still doing what he's doing. Our Red Sox fan doing every sport under the sun and other games as well. And Chris Slovic, who did some football, for those of you that are football fans. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about this. I'm assuming with the quietness in the chat, you're either and board stiff, or you're already over there, Curtis Roberts, checking it out. And check out his YouTube channel. I did subscribe. There's some really, really cool stuff there. And, I know at least in our media community, ID Jester was kind of pioneering this sort of thing. And I kind of like the way this looks rather than, say playing National Pastime Next Generation Plus. While it looks great, the board reader for Excel, this feels more baseball. I don't feel like I'm playing a spreadsheet. So that's it. As far as for me, get McGreevy going again, but that 1967, I have that set up on 1, 2, 3 baseball sims now. We're going to probably do 2 more since digital is easy. We're just going to play out 1967, mostly fast play on all of them, and just have a chin wag some night. Maybe we can talk about accuracy in baseball sims. I wish there was an easy way to do this in Cards and Dice. I suppose, somebody has the time. Who's that guy that does that like 10,000 games a year or something? It's pretty insane. But at least we can compare some things digitally, not as a comparison of products, but more what we expect from baseball games. And with the proviso that with each baseball sim, we're only playing the season once. So even with those, it's not going to be anywhere near, having a good kind of control or a kind of base to work from, but just kind of fun to see how far off they are. So I've done it. I've got it ready for Out of the Park Baseball and Pure Sim Baseball because it's still around. I got to put the link in the or I've got to figure out a way to host it for you guys to get that. It's also in Digital Diamond Baseball, and I'm going to put it in Baseball for Windows because Baseball for Windows can replay a season super, super quickly, and then probably Action PC, so among those 5 sims. And we'll do 1967 and do a game here and there. So, and I wanted to do 67 partly as a thank you to Bernie for coming on that night and doing Weekend at Bernie's with us, and I wanted to pick a great Red Sox team, and I think they were a great team. Our Red Sox fan, he knows. He says Tony C. So, yeah. Again, I don't know, guys, whether this is something that any of you would find useful or not. I hope you will. I think it would be a lot of fun. Just pick your spots. And again, yes, as Bernie says, there's lots of things on iPads and Androids that can do this. The thing for me though is moving these images from PC to Android. Put them up in the cloud, back down. But yeah, you want to do your dice baseball on the go. There are things like this, but I think Curtis really did a nice job here, and what a nice little touch just to give you these little the little logos. That does it for me, gents. And thank you. So to Dwayne Martz, to our Red Sox fan, to MV. Hopefully MV will be doing some broadcasting again soon. Always fun to do some cricket and baseball with him. Sportsman Z, hope you'll visit back again sometime for a good old chinwag. Sports Gaming Journal Jamie. By the way, really quickly, it just came to mind. Dave Gardner um, talked a bit about StratMax. Apparently, he was. Hopefully, he's going to get permission. He wanted to be able to actually show StratMax. So I guess apparently he has to buy it or something to be able to show it. I'm not sure. But he did talk through about the things that he liked, the things he didn't like. Um, Dave seemed cautiously positive. There seemed like some things that that he did like about it. Not that I'm gonna subscribe to it. I don't subscribe to ApaGo, and I'm not gonna subscribe to that either. Not when I've got a ton of things that already have all the seasons. It just doesn't make any sense to me to do it. But do check out Dave Gardner's thoughts on Strat Baseball Max. And there is Curtis Roberts' YouTube channel. Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne using the wrench there. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Dwayne did what, 2 or 3 games today? 3 games today. So I think he did 3, or is going to do 3. He did 2 for sure. Anyhow, that's it, guys. Thank you. Cooney007. Thanks, bud. And again, Sportsman Z and STJ Jamie. Now we're back up to where we're going. All right. Bernie Strom, you're awesome. Big Clue, you're almost awesome. Sports Time Machine. Who knew this was Curtis Roberts right away? Mike, thanks for coming in as well. All right. Until next time, guys, we'll see you around the batting cage. And thank you to each and every one of you. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.